creating and creating and creating, and you know, you understand that kind of feeling when you're trying to create something for yourself and not just using something that someone else has built, and then you say, wow, this is quite good, stuff like that. But that's okay. Before I start sharing my screen where we start talking about, I figured that I have not been writing because I've been doing a lot of talking. I kind of have this um not print, right? I kind of have this attitude of when I'm talking, I'm writing, you know. So while I list out all these things, please, if you have any question, now is a very good moment to. I think my ring light just went off. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now is a good time to just drop them off. Rookie, please, you can help me out on that because I don't have visibility on the screen. I can answer that before proceeding to the next part of, this.
There are no questions on the chat, Chetan.
Okay, fantastic. That's all right. So I guess we can proceed. Okay, so let's start again. We build custom app. So with Power Apps, we can build custom apps, and then with Power Automate, we can create workflows and business processes. Oh, this light, it's going off. Okay, that's cool. I might be a little bit dark now, so, and then build and create. Okay, so let's just use the word create and analyze reports. And then for Power Pages, okay, Power Pages is for just building websites, right? Okay, yeah, I think you can say you can use Power Page to build secure websites, and yeah, so this is it. So there was a mistake here. Do you want me to put the there? I'm not supposed to put the there. That's okay. Maybe there's something. All right, so that's it here. Let me bring in some screen that you might want to have a look at. One moment, coming out. Let's start. No, it's just not available. Not this. It's not available. Okay, yeah, this is available. Okay. So while I was discussing about the Power Platform, there is something I skipped. Please, pardon me. I want to turn off my camera so that I'll be able to increase bandwidth. I noticed that there is a little bit lag in the internet flow. Okay. Just to turn off my camera so I'll be able to be optimal. All right. So What we can see, the page that I am presenting is the Power Apps page. To access it, all we have to do is go to make.powerapps.com. Okay, so this is come here. I think I'll make okay. This is for this. All right. And then for Power Automate, we have a similar URL, make.powerautomate.com. And then for Power BI, we have app.powerbi.com. Then for website is dependent on org URL, org or defined URL. Okay. Okay, so I think we have this part sorted. Okay. Anyways, this is a little bit annoying. I don't know why it's displaying there, but that's all right. Okay, we have Power Apps, we have Power Automate, and then we have Power BI. Okay, we have Power BI, and then we also have Power Page, which of course we're not going to be opening here, but then we also have the admin.powerplatform.com. Okay, so we can .com. Okay. So if you don't want to access this directly by typing the URL, which seems to be long, you can directly come to the Power Apps homepage. If you open Make.Power.Apps and then on the settings icon by the top right, you select it, and then under the Power Apps title, you will see Admin Center. The moment you click on Admin Center, it will open a different page or a different tab, and then open the Admin Center just like we have it. So if I drag this over here and open it with what I have, you will see that we have a similar page. Please, if you want to ask a question, I see that we are not a lot in the call, so there's no need dropping that. While it's important dropping it in the chat, you can also please raise up your hand, and then we can easily address the question without delaying a little bit. I understand that a couple of us are already familiar with the Power Platform environment, okay? But if you still have questions, to bring it on, so we can also share ideas and then elaborate on a little bit of other things that could also help others learn and understand what we are discussing today. Okay, the Power Platform environment is the Power Platform Admin Center environment is an environment that holds the admin module to your Power Platform environment. For you to have or gain access to the Power Platform Admin Center, you need to be at least a Power Platform. You need to be at least a Power a Maker admin. Okay, so this is one of the permissions, or like say a role that is given either in the Azure portal, now the Microsoft Entra ID, or in the Office 365 Admin Center or the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Yes, as long as you are a Power Platform admin, you should be able to have access to the Power Platform Admin Center, and then you'll be able to view all the resources associated in the Power Platform Admin Center. In the Power Platform Admin Center, we have the home, the environment where we see the list of all the environments that we have, the environment group where we can create group and then add collection of environments and then maybe manage it for some things. We have the advisor, which is more like an insight page. We have security, we have analytics, which also is more like an insight page. We have the billing, where we can create billing plans and then license billing plans. We have the not org setting per se, but Power Platform admin settings. And then we have the co-pilot option along with other things. Resources like capacity management, where you can buy new capacity, or you can manage your add-on capacity. Okay, we have catalog under resources, dynamic apps, and then the Power Pages site, where you can also manage your Power Pages site or the Power Platform website. All right, we have help and support, data integrations if you do DI. So this is where you can do your data integration from different resources like Office 365, not Office 365, like Microsoft ERPs system. You can integrate your data directly from here. Okay, we have data preview where you can manage your on-premises gateways. So on-premises gateways allows us to connect our Power Platform to on-premises data. So for some of us whose organizations store our data or the business data in an on-premises location or in an on-premises infrastructure, you require the on-premises data gateway to be able to connect your on-premises data. And for you to also be actively connected to your on-premises data, your gateway needs to be online at all time. And we also have policies. Okay, let me take this one. We also have policies, which is similar to we talked about, which is more similar to what we have in the billings, but it's more like a different policy, more like where we have data protection policies, business logic policies. There is quite a lot of policies that you can create when you're okay. I think it's already open now. We have data policies, we have tenant isolation policy, customer log pause, we have the enterprise policy. So you can create any of these policies to manage resources within your organization. We also have other admin centers. So if you expand there, you should be able to see other admin centers that you have access to. All right, this is more like an overview of what you can get in the Power Platform environment. Back to Power Apps. What can you do in Power Apps? This is a place where you can simply create business application. Now, in Power Apps, we can build basically used to be three things that we can create from Power Apps. Okay, I think it's still the same thing because a lot changed, but still a lot stayed in a place. Now, in Power Apps, we can create a Canvas application. All right, we can create a model. What was that again? The 1 moment. Let me just open here. So if you choose start with a page design, or let's say start with a page design, so that we'll be able to see what we can create. So we can create this thing, a Canvas application with either of this. Okay. So you can also create model-driven application with either of this. So for specific things like this is for Canvas application. This is for Canvas application. This top 3 is for Canvas application. So the second row, okay, I think, okay, my screen may have stopped being shared. That means my battery is gone off. Let me share my screen again, please, 1 minute. Okay, can you see my screen? Please confirm.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, sorry, unplanned. My second screen went off because my battery got shut down. All right, so back to what I was saying. The second row here, the second row here have the first one, which is the model-driven applications, the first two, and then the third one is more like creating an application with an image or creating an application using a Figma file. So for this option, if you import an image or a Figma file, it will mimic the view and create an application for you. If you have a sketch of what you want your application to look like, and then you use this option to import that view, it will create an application mimicking the view of the imported file. Okay, we have the third row, which are more like responsive applications. So we have a split screen, sidebar, header, main section, and footer. These are more like responsive Canvas application. And the last one on the list is a model-driven app, which is more like a dashboard template to start your application. When you are creating your application, one of the decisions you have to make will depend on the type of application you want to create in your organization. So if your organization requires that you create an application that works directly with your data viz table and more like does not require a lot of customization, I think you can go with a model-driven application. However, if you need a lot of customization, UI customization, and then you want to connect with multiple resources, it's easier for you to do a Canvas application. Now, Canvas application gives you the leverage to create application based on what you want your system, your app to look like. The model-driven applications is more like an admin setting that allows you to just view basic tables, sidebar that you can use to navigate and see lists of items displaying. Not quite a lot of customization. However, there is an option for you to create customization using the Canvas app and also embed it in your model-driven application in order to utilize the Canvas app view in your business and your model-driven application. Okay, this is an option that is also available and it's quite easy to do it to integrate, or it's quite easy to embed. All right. Now I'm going to create a simple application, not something that we are going to dwell a lot, waste a lot of time on. I'm going to make a simple application, a simple Canvas application, starting off with a blank, and then I'm going to move to Power Automate and then Power BI as well. All right. So while this is loading, I'm going to check the environment I am in. One of the things that is very important is also identifying the environment where you want to create your application. Now, there are types of environment available in your organization. One of them is the default environment. The default environment is more like environment where every member of your organization by default have access to. Okay, a lot of customizations cannot be done in your default environment, of course, in the recent time, unless Microsoft decide to revert it back to what it used to be in the past. Okay, a lot of organizations also use the default environment to launch every application because every member of the organization already have access to that environment by default. Right? We have other environments that you can create from your Power Platform Admin Center. You can create a sandbox environment. You can also create a production environment. You can create development environment or user acceptance test environment. So depending on the environment that you want your applications to be built on, you have to make sure that you have selected the right environment by clicking the environment here at the top, select the environment, and then proceed to creating your solution. Because if you do not do that, you might invest a lot of resources, that is energy, building an application only to find out that the application is not supposed to be built there. Okay, but it is not something that can also not be moved because there is an option to export your application and import it in another environment. But for For a start, you most likely don't want to waste the energy building your application, and then you start worrying about exporting it and then importing it in other environments. Talk about solutions. Solutions are systems. Okay,